guys, welcome back. Today we're gonna depot. So if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know a couple weeks ago I tried to depot some Morphe palettes and it didn't go too well. So then I was like, okay, cool, I'll repress them. And that didn't go too well either because I did no research. Times have changed. Now I've done research. Those Morphe palettes are no longer in my collection, by the way. That's how bad it was. So times have changed. I've changed. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna depot some stuff today. We're gonna depot some Tarte stuff. I'm gonna make my own little palette. I bought some stickers and I bought this Z Potter, which you absolutely don't need. I'll link it down below if you're interested. You absolutely don't need it though. You can use a flat iron or a hot plate or like literally a candle, like anything else. Don't catch anything on fire. But I know nothing about depotting. I've depotted very few things in my life. Not a single one of them has ever gone well. So I figured I'd be the safest trying to use something specifically made for depotting. And then I have a little depot tool. And then this is the exciting part. So I went on the Tarte website and I got 3 palettes total. I got 2 of these. I don't think I'm going to need to. I picked up the Sparkle Like You Mean It palette. Look how cute that is. So I'm going to put my full-size products in here. I've got a couple of highlights and the rest are blushes. And then I got a couple of these Tarteist Pro Wild Animal Custom Magnetic Palettes. Honestly, because I like the size of these and I liked the print of them. And they're like a decent size. And they also have like a huge mirror at the top. And I'm going to put my minis, I think, in here. So both of these palettes, by the way, were on sale, which I don't know if they still are. I'll link them down below if you're interested. Hopefully they are. I gathered up as many as I could. I have some Tarte eyeshadow palettes, which I don't plan on depotting right now. I really wanted to depot my Tarte blushes and highlights. I think I have like Park Avenue Princess bronzers. Maybe I'll depot those. I don't know. We're gonna start with these. We'll see how it goes. But I have a blush palette and then some like minis, some full sizes, just a whole little shebang here. And they're all like, so there's a palette packaging, there's this weird packaging for like a little teensy tiny one, you've got the mini packaging, and you've got the full-size packaging, which is basically the same as the mini, but it feels a little heavier. And we're just gonna try to depot some. I need to figure out, I have no idea where I'm going to plug in my Z Potter, which is from the same brand that makes the Z palettes, by the way, in case that was not glaringly obvious. So I guess my goal is to figure out where to plug this in. And then we're going to get started. I'm going to like move you guys so that you're closer so you can kind of see what's going on. And yeah, I'm excited. I figured this time I might as well just do it on camera because maybe it'll force me to be better. I don't know. This is either gonna go really good or it's gonna go really bad. One of the two ways, guys. One of the two ways. So let's go. Let's get into this. Okay, I've got, oh my goodness, all of my Tarte stuff. I've got my palettes. I've got my Z Potter, which is on, semi-ready to go. So the Z Potter comes with this little metal thing for any palettes that are not magnetic. So I think I'm going to start with this little tiny one. This is the 12-Hour Blush in Shimma and Shake. The Z palette works as what is essentially a hot plate. The part that has the metal gets very hot, and the intention is essentially to melt the plastic around the product. So you can't fully see it. I'm going to try to move it a little bit closer so you can. But basically we're going to try to loosen the glue that's inside of the product using the heat. Sometimes that does melt the plastic, sometimes it doesn't. We'll have to see what happens. I learned a few things from my major fail. And then ideally we're going to do the same thing to the rest of these. I think I got enough palettes. I'm pretty sure. I'm almost positive. We might need stickers to label them. I honestly don't know yet. I'm thinking we will. I don't even know if these are magnetic. I have magnets if they're not. I went crazy with this. Like, I need to find, that's one of the things we're gonna start cleaning up, is something, I need to find a way to organize all of my depotting products. And then I need to figure out what the fuck I'm gonna depot, because this is not something that I normally do. There are some things I want to depot, some things I don't. We'll have to see how it goes. So we're gonna let this kind of melt away a little bit and see what happens with that. I just realized I forgot a key component to making sure that you don't ruin this entire thing, because as you can see, the plastic on this is now melting. I'm actually wondering if I might be able to peel that sticker off based on how well that works. But the plastic on this is melting, which means it's going to melt all over this, and you're supposed to use wax paper so you don't actually catch anything on fire. I completely forgot about that, so if you'll excuse me, I will be going to go grab wax paper. Okay, so like I said, this is basically the same thing as doing it with a flat iron. And if you've done it with a flat iron, you'll know that you're supposed to use wax paper. I honestly don't remember why, but I know that you're supposed to. So we're gonna try that again, this time with wax paper. I feel like I should have gotten like a trivet or something, because this is like stupid hot. The good news is that the sticker peeled right off, so hopefully I might be able to use that. I'm gonna see what progress can be made with this. And that lifted right out of there. So that one actually went pretty well. The pan itself is pretty hot. I don't have anywhere to put it, and I should have thought about that. I'm going to grab a towel, kind of put it right there for a minute. There is still some glue on the other side of that, but that is progress. And now this little Tarte guy is done with surprisingly very little damage to the actual packaging, which is really awesome. So I'm gonna move that over to the side. I need to see if I can recycle these. I don't know if you can, because they're plastic. So I'm gonna have to see if I can. And now I'm gonna move on to this. This is in limited edition packaging, but it's a mini of the Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush in Thrilled. And once again, I'm really hoping that I might be able to get the sticker off of there. I need to play with this one. While this is going, I'm actually gonna move this back now, because while this is going, I'm going to talk to you guys about this one. So we're gonna try to break this out of its little packaging. And I'm just gonna use the same sheet of wax paper since it's not completely destroyed. And I'm just hoping that that fan isn't too loud. Okay, so I've got this little Tarte blush, and then I have this sticker. The sticker itself is kind of melted, but it should still fit. I have some magnets I ordered. Oh my goodness. I ordered these off of Amazon. I'll link them down below. But this is what I used for the Morphe palettes. And I actually think they worked really well. And they're tiny, but super strong, and they're literally just a sticker. I did get labels, like little sticker labels like this, that I can put on them if I so need to, but I would prefer having the regular labels if that's possible. This one kind of got a little melted, but not horrible. So I'm gonna take it, and then I'm going to just pop it right in there. Look at how cute that is. Okay. So this one started beeping at me, which it normally does when it gets really hot. I don't think I'm gonna be able to save the sticker from that one, but let's go ahead and see if we can get this pan out. Okay, we had a little accident. Oh, that is like melted on there. What was that? That was Thrilled. Ew. Oh, the nice thing about the Z Potter is that the exhaust fan will go up when it gets too hot. So that's really good. So here's the packaging for Thrilled. Since I don't have a label for that one anymore, I'm going to make my own using one of these stickers. So I just wrote Tarte Amazonian Clay Blush in Thrilled. This does have, oh shit. You poor thing, you're getting so beaten up. Okay, I'm going to put a magnet on it, and then I'm going to put my own little pre-made label on there. And then we're gonna stick it in the damn palette. So this one did get a little beat up. Once again, there's my hair. It did get a little beat up. That kind of makes me a little bit sad. I have found out though that you can stick the label directly on top of the magnet and it'll still stick in the palette, which is really nice. So let's take our little palette here and then just boop. I'm just gonna go ahead and do the rest of the minis, and then we will go from there because I need to do some full sizes too, and then I have an entire palette that I'm gonna do. Okay, so for this one, the packaging has started to melt. So we're gonna go ahead and see if we can get this out. Trying to find an area where like the side has already started to separate from the wall. Oh, look at how beautiful that was. Oh my god. Okay, that one was, where's the label? Oh, the label is still on here. Once again, it got melted on, but this is the shade Exposed. So we're gonna keep on going here. Okay, so that one cracked like a little bit around the edges, but that should be pretty good. Now, when they first come out though, they are hot as shit. So I'm just moving them over to the side to let them cool. Working on the full sizes, but we've got some mini ones in here. I'm going to make them look all nice and pretty when I'm done. But in the palette that I have, it's pretty much all minis, and I want to kind of put them in a nice order. So for now, this is what we've got. So far, so good, I think. We had a little mix up with this one right here where part of it is missing, but so far, so good. And I'm going to like show you at the very end what the palette looks like, what both of the palettes look like, all of the packaging that I'm able to move out of my collection, all that fun stuff. So I just pulled this one out, and interestingly enough, the full sizes are freaking metal. Did anybody know this? I'm literally over here trying to melt the plastic so that I can pull them off of freaking magnets. Okay, hang on. So we're gonna test this. This has not touched the Z-Potter at all. I'm gonna see if I can pull it out with no heat whatsoever, because if it's magnet, it'll pop right out. I can feel it. So the full-size Tarte blushes are magnets. Good to know. Why am I sitting here? Oh my god. Like, I've literally been putting off this video for weeks now because I was like, this is gonna be such a pain, considering how badly that Morphe one went. And like, yeah, not all of them are magnets, like the mini ones aren't, but holy crap. Like, that's awesome because that just saved me a ton of time, but like, holy crap. Okay, so these are freaking magnets. I'm not even gonna need a magnet to put them in the palette. So with these, I'm putting them in the Sparkle Like You Mean It palette. I do need to get them labeled though, so luckily I made some freaking labels. This is the shade True Love, and it should just, yep, beautiful freaking magnet. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm gonna get these labeled. These are the shades that I have in full size. I've got True Love, I've got Blushing Bride, I've got Seduce, I've got Dazzled, and then I've got a couple of the highlights, which I actually really love their highlights. So I've got Exposed, and then my freaking favorite, obviously based on the dip that it had before I gouged it. Not centered at all, but that's Sparkler. Okay, so I want these kind of in order. I'm gonna put Blushing Bride in on right here, and then I'm going to put Dazzled, and then we're gonna do Seduce, and then we're gonna do True Love, the Exposed highlight, and the Sparkler highlight. So that is what that looks like from these, all of these, to this. I have room for one more in the middle. I don't know if I'm gonna put like that really tiny mini there, or if I'm like gonna save, I mean, like, I guess I could always switch it out. If I get another full size, I could put it there, but I really love that. That looks so cute. And so if I end up putting anything else in this, we'll come back to it. I cannot believe those were magnetic. So for now, the most exciting part, I have this palette. This is the Amazonian Clay Blush Palette, the one that looks like a little composition notebook. I'm wondering if these are magnetic. I can pretty much guarantee they're not. Maybe they are, actually, because that just pulled right out of there. Oh my goodness. Okay, hold on. So that's Spirit Fingers. Oh my God, they're freaking magnetic. Why did no one tell? This is amazing. This is so, Tarte is the easiest thing. You know what? So when I first started depotting that Morphe palette, or like it was 4. I was going to depot 4, put them into one of those big Adept Cosmetics palettes. I have that palette. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. I'm going to figure it out. I have all the depotting supplies now, so I might as well try again. But when I first started depotting that Morphe palette, I looked online and it had said that it was the 25 palettes. So I had 25A, 25B, 25C, 25D. I no longer have those palettes. But it said that if you, or that those particular palettes from Morphe, the 25 ones, were almost, oh my God, look at how quick that was. They were almost impossible to depot. This is all magnetic. Are you kidding me? They were almost impossible to depot. Because, oh, I'm actually going to need that to make my labels, because of the way that they were put together and the fact that the entire thing was plastic. So I tried it because I was like, it can't be that hard. First of all, it 100% is that hard. That really, like, I think made it difficult for me to want to depot more palettes, because I was so, like, and I know that you're supposed to start with palettes that, like, you don't care about, but I don't have makeup that, like, I don't like, you know what I mean? So everything, even if it wasn't my favorite, I would still, like, get use out of it, because that's why I would keep it, to use it, because I'm not the biggest fan of, like, decluttering, because I feel like it just puts you in, like, this vicious cycle. Like, I declutter my house, but I'm trying, like, really hard to just stop buying things that I don't want. And I feel like decluttering kind of makes it easier for me to do that. So I try not to do that. I try to, like, use my products, or at least give them a fair shot before I just, like, I don't like that, I'm gonna declutter it. Because I've already done a whole bunch of really big declutters, and that was kind of the point, to get my collection to where I wanted it so that I didn't have to do that anymore. So I was really terrified about depotting again, because I was like, it's going to be the same thing. I'm going to have nothing but issues doing it, and I'm going to be, like, really sad about it when it doesn't work out. And that, depotting these Tarte blushes is something that I had wanted to do, because I kind of wanted them all in one spot, because I had so many minis, and then, like, this random palette that I never reached for, because I didn't like how it was laid out, okay? And that was so amazing. Even the stuff that was held down with glue, like, I feel like I did take, like, maybe filming it did help me, because I feel like I took my time with it this time, and it just went way easier. All right, I'm gonna finish making these labels. I'm gonna put my palettes together, and then we will discuss from there. At the start of this, I had 5 mini blushes in mini packaging, and a palette that had 10 minis in it. So this is pretty good for size comparison too. This palette is the Tarteist Pro Wild Animal. So I have a second one of those too, which I don't know what I'm gonna do with yet. Maybe I'll put eyeshadows in it or something, but this fits all 15 of the minis in it. Well, lost part of that blush. Okay. But they literally fit perfectly. I'm so stoked. I think that looks so good. Like, literally could not be happier with how this turned out. I think it looks so good. I'm loving the fact that it all fits in there perfectly. There's a couple interesting things about the depotting process that I learned when it comes to the Tarte stuff. And I will say, there was, like, this is a pretty tight fit, so if you watched me like kind of put them all in, it took me forever. First of all, because I'm anal and I wanted them kind of in alphabetical order. I've got a highlight and like a bronzer shade. These are all in alphabetical order, and then this is like that little teensy tiny mini, but you can't tell. Like, I don't think it's super obvious in here, so there was a lot of switching around and stuff, which, you know, I'm just very anal about how things are. And then I had full sizes. I had 4 full-size blushes, 2 full-size highlights in the Sparkle Till You Mean It palette, which is like a flower-shaped glitter palette. I don't, like, a little bit of the glitter comes off, but like not where it would be like a big deal. And this fit all of them. There is room for one more in the middle, and it's a magnetic palette, and I really like how this looks too. I think it would look a lot cuter with like the one in the middle, but I need to figure out like what I kind of plan on putting in there. I don't know yet. So interesting things. First of all, for the mini Tarte blushes, you do need some type of heat source or some way to get it because there is glue at the bottom holding those in. I assumed that's how it was for all of them. However, obviously, if you watched through the video, the full-size blushes are magnetic. Did anyone know this? Because I did not, and I'm so... What? Like, on a whim, I tried the palette to see if it was magnetic, and it is. It's literally just magnet sheets behind this. This whole thing is magnetic on the inside. I had resigned myself to like, this is what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna depot my Tarte stuff. It was so easy. So anyways, I'm thrilled. Now, all of that Tarte stuff I showed you in the beginning is in these 2 little palettes. I still have room for one more product in here, which, oh, I'm just so excited. I do plan on depotting more of my products, so let me know down below if you'd be interested in more videos on how to depot certain brands, or just like, you know, fast forwarded depotting. I like to watch the fast forwarded depotting personally because I think it's super just relaxing but like motivating at the same time. I need to go through and figure out what I want to depot because, as you guys know, I'm a really big collector. I have the collector's mentality and I really like packaging. I was never a huge fan of this packaging. Like, I think it's really cute, but the inside layout and then like I never really got into that. I loved the composition notebook look of it, but that was about the only thing that like I loved about this packaging, and I'm willing to get rid of the composition notebook, I guess. So I need to figure out what I want to depot though. I've got this big Adept Cosmetics palette. I'd be willing to get more palettes. I've seen like the Repress Revolution on Instagram. I've been debating doing that. I think it's by Faces of Gina, I think. And I've been debating doing that, and I don't know. So just let me know what you guys want to see depotting wise. I think I might make a video where I go through my palette collection, like face palettes and eyeshadow palettes, and kind of walk through if I want to depot them, repress them, or don't touch them because of the packaging. I think that might be a little bit interesting. So let me know down below if that's something that you'd be interested in. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Please make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button if you'd like to see more of me. And I'll catch you guys next time. Have a good one. Bye.